Our Weekend Watch shines a spotlight on government activity, and last week the Chicago Bears officially closed on what could be their new home in Arlington Heights. But the team says it needs certain financial assurances before embarking on the mega project. Arlington Heights leaders are looking at multiple options for public funding, but the Illinois Answers Project found many residents do not want their tax dollars to fuel the Bears' vision. So here to talk more about the issue is Alex Nitkin from Illinois Answers Project, and good morning to you, Alex. Good to see you again.
Good morning, you too.
All right, so let's talk about this. What is included in the Bears' plans for development of the Arlington Park property?
Well, they signed what's called a pre-development agreement with Arlington Heights, sort of opening up a whole suite of options from what's called tax increment financing to special service areas, basically different kind of creative ways that the village could help pay for not the stadium per se, but the giant 327 acre sort of mega development that they want to build around it. It seems like the leading proposal from the Bears right now is what they're calling a payment in lieu of taxes, or pilot plan, which would basically freeze the Bears' taxes at a certain level and then let them negotiate on top of that direct payments to the local governments who would otherwise be collecting the taxes, like the school districts in the town.
Interesting. So I know that some of this was brought up in the lame duck session in terms of some of these ideas for how to finance this in different creative ways, but it was sort of a tepid response in Springfield.
It was tepid at best. I think that what you alluded to before, both at the state level and I think at the municipal level, folks are just not really buying it when the Bears, the owners, the McCaskies are literal billionaires, are saying, look, we just can't afford to build this unless we have help from the public. And it's really tricky because when a private entity says, we can't build this unless we have tax breaks, there's really no way to verify whether they're telling the truth. The only option for a government or a municipality is really just to trust them and sort of shell out and take a leap of faith, or to call their bluff and just sort of cross your fingers and hope that they don't pick up and move to St. Louis or Milwaukee, which is sort of their threat under the radar here. But the question is, how likely are they really to do that if they don't get the public financing?
Yeah, that is a really good question. And the idea of public funds, right, being used for a development like this too, it's like, okay, what are you getting? Obviously, you're getting a lot of people coming for all of the games, but it's not like everybody in Arlington Heights or in Illinois is getting free Bears tickets.
That's right. And I think another thing you have to think of is the Bears are saying, look, this project is going to bring so many public benefits. We're going to bring tax dollars. We're going to bring economic development. That all could be true. But you got to remember the Bears and the new stadium and campus and everything are also going to be incurring a lot of demands on government services. They're going to be using the roads. They're going to be using the water. Fans are going to be, calling 911 if there are emergencies. And so, this is why we all pay taxes, right? Is for the right to use these kinds of public services. And so the question is, why shouldn't the Bears also be paying that?
Right. And just very briefly, Alex, tell me, how does this change things in terms of possibly staying in Chicago at Soldier Field?
We really don't know. Mayor Lightfoot in Chicago has been saying, we have a really good pitch to get the Bears to stay in Chicago. Right now, it just doesn't seem, there's no indication that the Bears are interested in staying in Chicago. We saw the latest move. They closed on the property in Arlington Heights. They say it's not a done deal, but every signal at this point really seems like they are moving full steam ahead on this move to Arlington Heights.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, closing on the property is a big part of that. So thank you, Alex. Really appreciate it. And you can read more about the Bears' plans to move to Arlington Heights at illinoisanswers.org and all of those tax possibilities and public funding. We've also have stories about the team's plan on our website, abc7chicago.com, and our ABC7 Chicago News app.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.